Actually, there are a lot of good things going on this week. Last Wednesday, we started off the press conference with the adoptable pet of the week. I'm not inflicting that on you guys every week. We're now shooting it on Monday and putting it up on the website, but that really was starting off my week with puppy love or kitty love. It's a great way to go. But the good news is that we had 220 adoptions since we kicked off the challenge on August 1st, and that's about double what we normally do in a week. So if we can keep this pace up, we're going to do really well for our Rachel Ray adoption challenge for BARC. And so I continue to encourage folks to go to the BARC website, or better yet, actually go to BARC. That gives you an opportunity to see the changes that have been made out at our animal shelter and fall in love with one of the adoptable animals out there. Reference was made during the council pop-off about our Back to School Fest. This is a good news, bad news situation. The good news is that there are wonderful, generous community sponsors who back us in putting together a huge Back to School Fest where kids can come and get free school supplies, backpacks, and also have in one place the immunizations they need for school and other ancillary services. We've done these for several years. Last year was the first time we really tried to consolidate into one really large Back to School Fest, and we were absolutely overwhelmed by families needing this assistance. We expect there's going to be something like 25,000, 30,000 people coming to this Back to School Fest on Saturday. Last year we did it at the George R. Brown. This year we're doing it at Reliant because the George R. Brown was booked. I will warn folks that there is Reliant. The county has not waived the parking charge for folks who are coming to the Back to School Fest. It is $5 for parking, but once you get in and do come early, you'll have access to district-approved school supplies. You'll be able to get information on how to get uniforms and the immunizations and other types of health screenings. And we'll also have, of course, citizens assistance out there and other city resources for folks who need them. So Saturday, 8 to 12 at Reliant Center, the Back to School Fest primarily for Houston ISD, although we won't turn other kids away who come. We also mentioned at through the pop-off the community vigil in solidarity with our Sikh or Sikh, depending on how you pronounce it, fellow Houstonians, in a moment of prayer and community reflection on the shooting at the temple in Wisconsin, which may have been a hate crime incident, although that has not been fully vetted yet. But coming on the heels of the incident in Aurora, where that act of hate, act of madness impacts so many lives, it's important for communities across the United States to come together and reflect and mourn together. So tomorrow evening at 6:45, right outside of City Hall, we will have a community vigil. Representatives of the different religious communities here in Houston will be joining me, and I know many members of council for that.